Hey ladies and gentlemen, this is Professor Wagner and kids with the cow eye dissection. So what we're looking at right now is our cow eye, and it looks rather large, but what we have to understand is most of the mass that we see here is actually the extrinsic eye muscles and fat padding that helps cushion the eye and protect it. Now I've actually already taken the liberty of cutting this away, so if we look at the posterior aspect of the eye, you can actually see the optic nerve. And then the front of the eye, you can see that kind of lightish grayish area, which is actually the cornea. Now, what you have to understand is that this eye has been preserved for quite a while, so a lot of the aqueous humor has essentially dried up, so that the eye's collapsed in a little bit on itself, but that shouldn't matter for the anatomy we're going to be looking at inside. So on the outside, you can see this kind of little steak kind of looking stuff, the meaty type stuff, which is the remnants of the extrinsic eye muscles. You can see the white fibrous outer sclera, and once again you can see the cornea here, which usually is clear, but it looks gray because of the preservative that is used to preserve the eye. Now to open the eye, we actually press it with the cornea down, and then we're going to make an incision about a centimeter above the edge of the table, and cut all the way around the outer edge like so, until we have a nice circle. Now, the liquid that you see kind of leaking out is what's left of the aqueous humor, and there's probably a bit of vitreous humor in there as well. Now remember, the aqueous humor is liquid, whereas the vitreous humor is very jelly-like. This eye's pretty well dehydrated, but should allow us to open this up. So what we see here, let me grab my little blunt probe. Right here is our lens, which is a hard proteinaceous structure, and you can see the very jelly-like vitreous humor around it as I remove the lens. So you can actually see it kind of attached to the lens here, so that's the vitreous humor. Usually the lens itself, remember it's very hard, usually very clear, but once again the preservative makes it go cloudy after death and after preservation. You can see right in here though, if you zoom in a little bit, where I'm pointing, that's the pupil surrounded by the iris. If you look really, really closely around the outside edge, you can see this dark area leading up to the pupil where it's a little bit thicker, and that's actually our ciliary body, and attached to the ciliary body and would be the ciliary zonules or suspensory ligaments that change the shape of the lens itself. You can see a little bit of the retina off to the side here, more of a pale kind of tan color. And we can see a little bit better on the back portion of the eye itself. Now if we look at the back portion of the eye, you can see this kind of central, not quite central part, but off central point where you can, it looks like the tissues, the retina's coming out of it. That would be our optic disc or blind spot. And now you will also see this kind of dark area right here where it looks like there's a little indentation or pucker in the retina, and that would be our macula lutea, the site of the largest number of cones. Now, something that's different from the human eye, there's actually a couple things. First of all, your pupil is oval shape in a cow eye. Second one is that the cow eye only has 4 extrinsic eye muscles compared to our 6. And then finally, if you look at the back of the eye, in a human eye, this would all be essentially completely black. It would be dark underneath the retina, which is that nice pale kind of cream-colored membrane, which if I move it just a little bit, we might be able to see it. Like so, you can see I'm actually peeling the retina away from the choroid. But if you look under the retina, you see that very, very shiny bluish green material. And that's called the tapetum lucidum. Now the tapetum lucidum is actually unique to animals other than humans. This is what gives animals at night eye shine. So if you've ever been driving down the street at night and you see the eyes of a deer, this is what actually causes a deer's eye to shine. We don't have that, so our eyes don't shine when we shine light into them. So what do you need to know about this? So know the basic structures. So you want to know the optic disc, you need to know the retina, know the tapetum lucidum, know the macula lutea, which is the pucker right there in the retina itself. know the pupil and the surrounding iris. Remember that the cornea is the section of the eye that is clear and most anterior. Know the ciliary body that surrounds the iris as well. And that's about it, gang. So that is the second easiest dissection we're going to do this semester. Any question from the kids?
Nope.
How does greenish blue make eye shine?
All right, so if we were to shine a flashlight into the cow's eye at night, it would shine back that kind of bluish green color. And that's essentially the reason cows and other animals have that is that it improves their night vision. It allows the light that is usually absorbed by our choroid, which is our vascular layer of our eye, to shine back onto the rods and cones of the retina, allowing them to collect more light and see better in the dark. So animals that are active at night usually have this adaptation.
Do dogs have eye shine?
Yeah, sure. If you want to shine a light in Ranger's eyes a little bit later, you can actually see it. But yes, so since dogs are active both during the day and night, they do have the eye shine as well.
Even wolves.
Even wolves. That's right, Liam. Any other questions, gang?
Does foxes have eye shine too?
Foxes have eye shine, but guess what? Their eye shine is orange. Pretty cool, huh?
Like their fur.
Kind of like their fur. That's right, buddy.
Other foxes have white fur, though.
All right.
Or gray.
Any other questions, gang?
Nope.
Nope.
All right, we'll stop there then.